This is the Scholarlynk news for 28 December 2020. The Ministry of Health reported that a new strain of the coronavirus, which was initially reported in the United Kingdom, has been detected in Singapore. This new strain is potentially more contagious, and the patient is a 17-year-old girl who had studied in the UK. The patient had served a 14-day stay-home notice at a dedicated facility upon arrival, and all her close contacts had also been quarantined and tested negative for COVID-19. There is currently no evidence that the new strain, B117, is circulating in the Singapore community. As a precautionary measure to reduce the risk of B117 spreading in Singapore, all long-term pass holders and short-term visitors with a recent travel history to the UK would not be allowed to enter or transit through Singapore. The new strain has been assessed to be 70% more contagious, a significant increase from the earlier strains of the virus. Think about it. Some scientists believe that the virus will mutate to be more contagious but less deadly, in order to live longer in its host organism. What do you think about this school of thought? Bangkok and many other provinces have had to cancel their public New Year celebrations. This was announced by the Centre for COVID-19 Situations Administration as it reviewed a color coding system to identify the areas most vulnerable to COVID-19 outbreaks. Red, orange, yellow, and green are used to show the degree of COVID-19 infection in the provinces. Red means the area requires maximum control and there are a considerable number of COVID-19 infections. Only Samut Sakhon, the center of the latest outbreak, is designated a red zone. Bangkok is designated an orange zone, so while it does not have a total lockdown imposed on it, it is subject to strict measures. Green zones have no infections. In red zones, all New Year celebrations are banned. Public celebrations are banned in the orange zones, though parties can be held if the number of attendees is limited. In response to the new CCSA order, 2 major New Year countdown celebrations in the capital of Bangkok have changed their plans. Think about it. While this move by the CCSA is sure to dampen the spirits of many people, do you feel that this is the correct move by the authorities? The Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment has launched the National Plastics Action Partnership, a joint effort between Vietnam and the Global Plastics Action Partnership. The latter is a platform for many World Economic Forum participants to fulfill their commitments to reduce plastic pollution. Vietnam's Deputy Prime Minister said that this confirms the country's economic development strategy of not trading environmental integrity for economic growth. Most plastic waste was burned and dumped in landfills or thrown in the ocean, causing pollution. Since 2018, Vietnam has actively proposed global and regional cooperation mechanisms to reduce plastic waste. The Deputy Prime Minister also said that the country needs to increase recycling and the reuse of plastic waste. It also hopes to raise public awareness of smart and sustainable plastic consumption behavior and to limit the use of disposable and hard-to-degrade plastic bags. Think about it. What are some of the initiatives in your country to reduce plastic use? Some countries have banned the use of plastic bags at retail locations or made it compulsory to charge customers for plastic bags. President Donald Trump has granted pardons to 2 people who pleaded guilty in the case of Russian interference in his election victory in 2016. Others who he has granted pardons to are 4 Blackwater guards who were convicted in connection with the killing of Iraqi civilians, and 3 corrupt former Republican members of Congress. people spoke up against how he is using his pardon power to protect political allies and that he is undermining efforts to get people to cooperate with criminal investigations. The House Intelligence Committee chairman noted how those who lied to cover up for President Trump or who were supporters of Trump were the ones who received pardons for their wrongdoings. It is believed that President Trump will be issuing more pardons to his supporters before the end of his term on January 20th. Another senator said, "I doubt government contractors who slaughtered civilians or corrupt congressional cronies were what the founders had in mind when they drafted the pardon clause." Think about it. For those who feel that President Trump has misused his pardon powers, what are some ways to prevent such future misuse? How about limiting the total number of pardons that a president can issue? At least 4 drug makers expect their COVID-19 vaccines to work against the new variant of the coronavirus, which is more contagious. They are now performing tests and would be able to provide confirmed results in a few weeks. These companies are Pfizer-BioNTech, Moderna, CureVac, and AstraZeneca. The new virus, which is raging in Britain, has prompted travel bans on the country. The chief executive of BioNTech has said that if necessary, it would take less than 6 weeks to engineer a new vaccine to combat the new virus strain. There are currently more than 100 vaccine candidates under development, and the International Federation of Pharmaceutical Manufacturers and Associations expects up to 10 vaccines to be approved by the middle of 2021. Even then, there will still exist the problem of manufacturing enough doses to inoculate the populations of various countries. Some people project that it might take until 2022 for there to be enough vaccines for everyone who wants a shot. Think about it. With so many different vaccines developed using different technologies, which one are you in favor of for your own vaccination? This brings us to the end of today's edition of the Scholarlynk News. Please remember to subscribe and click on the bell icon to be notified of our new videos. As always, this is the Scholarlynk team wishing you goodbye and have a wonderful rest of the day.